Are you coming to North Dakota to visit the Badlands, the Theodore Roosevelt National Park? Well, we are in the town of Dickinson, and we are here at the Visitor Center, and we're actually fixing to go inside the Yohai Museum. Inside there is not only history of the town, but it's actually a more recent addition, which is the Dinosaur Museum. I am super excited about going to check out that Dinosaur Museum, so let's head on over into the Yohai Museum and Center and check out some of these dinosaurs and town history, shall we? All right, friends, so as I mentioned, we are here in the town of Dickinson. This is right where the heart of the Badlands is in the Theodore Roosevelt National Park. We're about 45 minutes outside of the dispersed camping site where we are, and we're gonna take you inside the Dinosaur Museum. Now, if you've seen any of our episodes, you absolutely know that I am a huge fan of dinosaurs. I think Jesse is by association, but I am excited to go in and see what this Dinosaur Museum has in store. So let's head on inside and check it out. I do believe the tickets, just so you know, are $6 per person for adults. So head on inside and let's check it out with us. All right, friends, so immediately as you come through the doors, you're already hit with fossils. Check some of these out. How cool is that? And then look, right over here on the other side of the door. Oh yeah. How cool is that? So like I mentioned, we are right in the heart of the Badlands, and I mean, you don't even have to pay to get these views. Check them out. All right, friends, so we just came inside, and let me show you how awesome this place is. Look how big it is. I mean, you know, in comparison to the dinosaur museums down in Colorado, it's not as big. However, I will say this one definitely has a museum feel. It is very pristine. So let's head on down the stairs and check some of it out. Now check this out. I don't know if you recognize this, but check out this dinosaur right here. I think this is the first rendition that I personally have ever seen of the dinosaurs with feathers. How about that? And check this out. Right across from it is actually another one. Check this out. Look at that. They actually have feathers. This is so cool. This is the first time that I've actually seen models of dinosaurs with feathers. Let me swing you around and show you some more of these display cases.
He's a triceratops. This is the back of his head, that's the frill. This is called the occipital condyle. Kind of attaches the head to the spinal cord. That's what they rotate their head on. Cool thing about this guy is he got eaten by a T-Rex. We're not sure if that's what killed him, but it definitely did eat him. One thing to note first, T-Rex probably ripped the head off Triceratops to eat them. Our head paleontologist actually wrote a paper on that. So they'd grab the frill, pull forward, and then grab the face and pull off. It's the only way they could reach this. And we know they reached this because there are bite marks here. So it's kind of like a dog chewing on a bone, scraping that way. You see those? And then there's a gouge mark right there, with the tooth dragged across the surface, and right there. And then these are puncture marks.
How cool is that? We actually got to jump inside one of the tours that was going on, kind of by accident, but hey, you guys got some information about, you know, that fatal end of the Triceratops. How cool is that? All right, check out some of these birds. I find it interesting. They don't only have dinosaurs here, but I also see owls, hawks, eagles. How cool is that? I'm wondering if they're trying to make the correlation between dinosaurs being bird-like and actual birds so that you can kind of see the similarity. So let's check some of those out. So yeah, leave us some comments. Let us know what you think about that. You know, this is also very cool. If you've seen kind of the last episodes, you've seen how we've gotten to see behind the scenes of paleontology. Well, that's no different here. I mean, check it out. Back here, they have an actual mold of bones that they have casted and pulled out of the dirt, and they're actually going through and doing excavations of that. I don't know if you can see and tell, but within this casting, there's actually dinosaur bones in there that they're, you know, knocking all the dirt and the plaster off of so that they can excavate them properly. How cool is that? So how about some of those dinosaur eggs? Holy cow, those things were big. They were like ostrich eggs on steroids, some of them. But I want to go back to this. You know, I like the way that they have that they've done this display, because it's very much done like it would have been back in the prehistoric times, you know, with sand beds. You know, this is called the Badlands for a reason, and you get to kind of see the magnitude of dinosaur bones that they have extracted here in the area. How cool is that? I mean, it is absolutely packed left and right. It's not a big facility, it's not a big museum, but boy is it packed with a lot of cool fossils. Very cool. Now here's some more display cases behind me that I'm going to walk you through and show you. And one of the cool things about this museum is, like I mentioned, they do give tours, but they also have a children's area. So if you have little ones, you can actually, you know, leave them over here in the play area. I'm not sure, maybe one of the staff watches them, really don't know, but they do have a kids area. I just noticed this, I wanted to show you. Check out how big this vertebrae is. Now, if you're not sure what a vertebrae is, it's what makes up our spine. Check out how big this is. That's absolutely huge. It's insane. How about that? Absolutely cool. I have to say, I am still just blown away that they have feathered dinosaur models. How cool is that? Absolutely insane. All right, here's some more display cases. Let's look at that. A lot of the smaller bones are in this one. Check it out. Did just notice this. There's actually locked drawers down here that I'm assuming actually hold more bones that, you know, the paleontologists here have collected. How cool is that? There's more than just what's on display is what I'm getting at. All right, check out this last display case. So how about that? Now, let's head on back over to the other side of this museum. I'm going to show you real quick just how big this place is. So we're actually heading back there. There's more display cases over there. This is probably the first one, like I mentioned, that I've been to where I actually feel like I'm in a museum. You know, everything's behind plexiglass and all that kind of stuff, but it is very well done. Like I said, Jesse gave it a 4.5. I'm going to do a little bit better. I'm going to give it a 4.8 out of our ratings. Definitely something if you're in Dickinson or nearby Dickinson, North Dakota, this is something you're going to want to come do. All right, so let's head in and check out some more display cases. Alright, how cool were some of those display cases? Now, if you did not notice, most of this side of the museum is a lot of fossils, a lot of geological rocks. Most of the central part of North America was actually underwater. It was theorized that it was seabed, and I'm going to guess that that's where a lot of these type of fossils actually came from. And then, of course, over the years, as the waters receded and went away, it turned into geological rock formations, which is what makes up a lot of the Badlands out here in the Theodore Roosevelt National Park. And so that's pretty cool that they've been able to excavate a lot of these things. Now let's check out some more rocks and some more dinosaurs. So I have to say, one of the things I'm most surprised by in this dinosaur museum is actually a lot of the non-dinosaur things. You know, like I mentioned, there's geological formations, there's a lot of seashell, fossils. You know, I even see a room across the museum here that is an old town museum. So I'm gonna guess that this dinosaur museum is actually attached to a different museum, and for the same admission price of $6 per person, you get access to both museums. How cool is that? All right, there's a few more display cases that we haven't gotten to, so let me show you those right now. Say it seems like the geological rocks and fossils just absolutely do not end. How crazy is that? Jesse is running around taking pictures. I've got 3 more display cases that we're going to show you, and then we'll jump into some of Jesse's pictures, so check these out. How cool is that? All right, Jesse seemed to have found a, well, what did you find?
There's some fluorescent ones in this room. They glow in the dark.
Really? All right, so we may have to turn off the camera light for this, but hopefully you got some good pictures,
I did get
right?
some pictures, yeah.
All right, so Jesse got some good pictures, but let's jump in here and see if we can check some of these out. Here we go. How about those fluorescent ones? That was absolutely cool. Like I said, I'm surprised. by how many geological rocks that this dinosaur museum has. I don't know if you saw it, but there's actually another museum
I did see
next
that,
door.
yes.
So I'm fixing to head that way, and then we'll show you the next museum next door. All right, friends, so we're actually going to get a treat. How about this? It happens every single time that we're here, but one of the facility workers, one of the tour guide individuals, I haven't called her name yet, that's my bad, I will, but she's grabbing some special models that they do not have out on display that we're going to get a chance to check it out. So here she comes right now with some of these, and so yeah, let's see what she brought us.
Hi. My name's Kelsey.
Hey, Kelsey.
I'm a paleontologist here.
Oh, really? You're actually a paleontologist?
Well, I'm an intern, but no one else knows the difference.
Yeah.
And I've got a couple cool things.
Awesome.
Let's start with the, I guess, least cool.
There you go.
This is a cast of a thagomizer, which belongs to Stegosaurus. It's a tail
Yeah.
spike. And
That's
they probably,
a tail spike.
Yeah, they had 4 of these. They stuck out this way.
Holy cow.
They probably could not swing their tail purposely,
Yeah.
so they just kind of swayed
Yeah.
behind them as a natural deterrent from
Holy
like
cow.
Allosaurus.
Yeah. That's so cool. I had no idea that they were actually that big.
Oh yeah.
Like,
And those are actually marks that were on the real bone.
really?
So they had damage here.
Oh, wow.
There was probably a keratin sheath
Yeah.
that went out farther.
Wow.
It's still really
So
cool.
cool.
And then this is always a hit. This is poop.
There you go. Fossilized poop. Gotta love it.
Yeah, megalodon poop.
Megalodon, okay.
And this is 40 million years old apparently, and it's actually famous.
Really?
If you look on Wikipedia and you look up megalodon, this
Yeah.
poop is on there. So would you like to touch famous poop?
Absolutely. Look at there. It's actually heavier than I thought. I don't know what they made it out of,
It's
but
been replaced by phosphate.
phosphate, okay.
So it's pretty hefty. It's from the East Coast.
That's so cool.
And then that brings us to the big seller.
There we
So
go.
Let's look at the cast first. This is a cast of the baby Triceratops.
Aw.
There's only one ever been found, and that was in Alberta.
Really?
The Dinosaur Provincial Park Formation.
Yeah.
What I'm going to draw your attention to is this thing.
Yep.
It's called an occipital condyle. We
Okay.
saw it on the other trike.
Yep.
And here's an up-close view of a real one.
Kelsey, thank you so much for bringing these out. What can you tell us kind of about, what goes on here,
Oh,
a
yeah.
little bit about the center,
Oh, yeah.
that sort of thing?
So we are currently in the field. Our field crew is out there for 3 months,
Mm-hmm.
and we're in our last month. We dig up dinosaurs. We actually have 4 Tyrannosaurs in the back right now.
Oh,
This is one of them.
yeah,
So that is, we think, a complete Jasperledosaurus, and I actually have a photo.
there we go.
Paper's seen better days.
Yeah.
But we have a tail. We've removed it, and that circle bit is on display. You've probably seen it.
Yeah,
And then the foot and the gastralia. The cool thing about this guy is he did explode.
really?
Yeah, you see how that's all attached,
Yep,
but that
yep,
isn't?
Yep.
Because he popped.
How about that?
We think he is part of the new species, like Sisyphus here,
Yeah.
who's about as big as a T-Rex. We also have a Lambeosaurus in the back, which we're digging up the rest of at the moment.
Yeah.
It's the first one in the U.S. and the oldest one ever found. We also have the world's largest T-Rex leg.
Hey, how about that? The world's
Yeah.
largest. We're getting into the Guinness Book of World Records here.
And it is a lady T-Rex we've discovered.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Now, I did want to ask you one more question, and feel free to chime in whatever info you want. You're actually the first dinosaur museum that I've seen that actually has model feathered
Oh, yeah.
dinosaurs. All the other ones, they just kind of talk about it. So I'm assuming that the paleontologist that runs this is firm believer in the
Yes.
feathered theory.
We have found evidence of feathers, and there's
Yeah.
actually just recently feathers found on a T-Rex.
Really?
Yes, I believe Y-Rex.
Yeah.
And I believe Houston also has some feathers on a mummified Triceratops.
Really?
Yeah,
That
so pretty
is so
cool.
cool. So there it is. It's in fossil, I guess, that it is true. I guess all or most.
least some.
At least some. Yeah, at least some of the dinosaurs back in the prehistoric time had feathers. So we're all the time learning. Well, Kelsey,
Yeah,
thank you so
no
much.
problem.
I truly appreciate it, and our viewers do as well.
Yeah, have a nice day.
Take care. All right, friends, so I think we are done here. I think we've seen just about everything there is to see.
Got some cool pictures.
There you go. We'll check those out here next. But super big thank you to Kelsey, the paleontologist intern here, for going back there and, you know, getting us some special fossils that are actually not on display. You know, it's so crazy how every time we go to a dinosaur museum, they love it. They want people to know about it. So definitely come here if you're visiting the Badlands of North Dakota. This dinosaur museum is in the town of Dickinson, and it's worth it. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode. We'll see you at our next Destination Unknown.